Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another update overview for The Sims 4. This one is for September 2020, which came out the day after the 6th anniversary for The Sims 4 and just before the Star Wars Journey to Batuu game pack. And thankfully, this one is better than the one that they gave us for the 20th anniversary of the whole franchise back in February. So without further ado, let's get into the patch notes. Sim Guru Romeo says, "Hello Simmers, we are super excited for the upcoming release of The Sims 4 Star Wars Journey to Batuu. So today we have an important update for you to address a couple of critical issues, as well as a few updates to some existing features. Have your Sims ever dreamed of a jungle-themed wedding escapade? Or a quiet yet elegant wedding in the woods? Sims can now elope in any of the destination worlds. Picture this, a warm sunny day in Selva Dorada. Your Sim and their loved one, accompanied by the bustling sounds of Puerto Diamante. It is like the best premise for one of Rusky's telenovelas." That's kind of interesting they do that now, because the previous Sparks challenge was destination weddings, where they're like, oh wait, we should be allowed to have this in the game, and then they did it? I don't know. Maybe it could also mean that we're still getting at least one more destination world, because I think that would give them more of a reason to do that, just like how they updated tents so that toddlers could go in them just before Jungle Adventure release. So, interesting. Besides encouraging Sims to elope to destination worlds, we have made windows a little more dynamic, if you will. You can now place windows by stacking them above each other, without the use of the bb.moveObjects cheat, which may seem small, but we hope builders enjoy this addition. So, I guess that future cube hint that was saying, oh, you can put them side by side, oh, but you can stack them up, or something along those lines. Yeah, that definitely seems to be a hint towards this. Gosh dang it, I was really hoping for bunk beds. I guess we could still get them, but it seems like that hint was specifically about the windows. So let's head into my game for a little bit of footage of this in action. So this is from before the patch was installed, where I can't really stack the windows above each other, at least without any cheats. You still could with move objects, but, well, yeah, that happens. Where the windows just don't look very good. Can't see through them sometimes, and just general graphical weirdness. But it's not like that anymore. Even without cheats, you are able to stack windows now, and you can also hold down the Alt keys so that you can try and get them even closer if you want to. But yeah, you can see there, you don't have to even hold the Alt key. But if you do use the Move Objects cheat, there's also improvements there, because then you can place the windows next to each other and on top of each other, and it won't look weird. If you do overlap them, then of course, yeah, it's still going to look a bit strange. And don't worry about the brown behind that window, it's just because there is a painting on the other side. But I do think they should put this sort of energy that they've been putting into build mode lately for Sims personalities. I was complaining for a while because there was quite a long stretch of time where they didn't really do anything that's substantial for build mode, but now it feels like they've just swung to the other extreme lately, where they're focusing more on build mode than everything else. I am very grateful for the improvements that they have made to build mode to really make it more solid, and I can't help but wonder if part of that is also because of Paralyzed being competition and them showing all the cool stuff they're doing with their build mode. But yeah, they really should focus on the Sims personalities and live mode in general. I think that's what needs the most improvement right now. But let's move on to the rest of the patch notes. So Sim Guru Romeo also says, for PlayStation 4 players, we checked around and we found some additional memory. This should help those Simmers who were unfortunate enough to crash during travel and transitioning in and out of build by on some of their more built up saves. I did hear a little bit about that, so I'm glad they were able to optimize that. And last but not least, we have made a change for PC and Mac in which there will be a new folder auto-generated in Documents, Electronic Arts, The Sims 4 called Config Override. Inside this folder, players can place a copy of defaults.ini, graphicscards.sgr, and or graphicsrules.sgr, which will override these files where the game is located. So, if you edited these files before, you can now edit them in the new folder. So, this is a blessing for me for sure, because I do modify the graphics rules file just to make my game look a little bit better, so then I don't have to worry about all those changes being overwritten literally every patch, even the ones where there's just some quick hotfixes with a couple of just bug fixes in them. Even those would just completely overwrite my modified file. So yeah, I'm really glad that they came up with a solution for that. It's not something I personally thought of, but yeah, very welcome in my opinion. Now we move on to the bug fixes. Starting with the base game, mouse hovering over purchased traits will no longer display the text "not available for robots." We understand that robots are sentient beings, but unfortunately these traits are not robot compliant. Fixed an issue in which lots with applied terrain manipulation were being placed backwards when downloaded from the gallery. Where's the door? Is this the front or the back? Order has been restored at last. Okay, I think I might have run into that before. That's good to see that's fixed. Fixed an issue in which terrain paint did not apply correctly under trees or foundations. Yeah, okay, that's a good fix there. The UI team did some housekeeping and have fixed some background stretching happening in career panels. Blinking shadows no longer appear when placing windows in basement levels that are of the same variant. I do admit that was a bit spooky. Not the time, Windows, not the time. Color swatches for build mode item, large dancing water emitter have been fixed. Staircases will no longer get cut through trims when there is no landing. Safety first. Moving on to the pack-related fixes, Discover University. Some flowers and trees in Gibbs Hill will no longer appear to be floating as Sims walk by. To be honest, the idea of floating flora is quite appealing to me. I mean, if that pack had been in Into the Future remake, that would have made a lot more sense. Eco lifestyle. Civil designer Sims will no longer come home after work wearing random footwear. I'm all for putting your feet up after work, but switching footwear in the middle of things and coming home from work in a completely different state as you went out is kinda suspicious. Fixed an issue that caused some color swatch glitches on civil designer outfits. Realm of Magic fixed an issue with thumbnails generated in the gallery for toddlers that generated not only their sim form, but also included their spellcaster form. We can only contain the cuteness so much. And nifty knitting. What's that? Did you still hear the sounds of knitting when canceling knitting interactions? Sing-songy voice, not a problem anymore. And fixed an issue with an asset that made it display all adult color swatches. Oh, okay, the long locks hairstyle. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad that they fixed that, even though that should have been fixed a lot quicker. So there's a few decent fixes here and there, but I'm still waiting on them to fix the eco footprint feature in eco lifestyle. And I'm not sure entirely if the laundry bag bug has been fixed, because I haven't played much recently and I haven't seen it in a while when I have. So I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah, there's definitely some big bugs that they need to fix. The ability to elope in destination worlds and the Windows updates are good and definitely much better than the hot tub and a few songs in Simlish. But it's sad that the bar is that low. I hope we can get one more big update before the year ends, and that probably will happen if Expansion Pack 10 does come out in November. On the other hand, that very likely will bring even more bugs, but I don't want that to just prevent me from hoping for more depth in this game. But I'm gonna wrap things up here, so feel free to let me know in the comment section below what you think about this update. And be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest content from The Sims, Paralive, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!